Israeli forces announcing they are preparing for a possible ground invasion into Lebanon, with IDF Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Herzi Halevi telling soldiers to prepare for a possible incursion into Lebanon. This after Hezbollah admitted to firing a ballistic missile towards Tel Aviv today, in a deadly exchange of fire that killed more than 600 people in Lebanon this week. Glenn Ignazio, retired Air Force Special Operations and military analyst, joining us on this Wednesday. Great to see you, sir. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely. Good to see you as well.
So we know Israel's military now preparing for a possible ground invasion. This is exactly what other world leaders did not want. How likely is it at this point?
You're absolutely right. People do not want this. Many of the international community doesn't want this. I think it's really on the precipice right now. So Israel has always had this tactic of escalating to de-escalate. What does that mean? Attacking in such ferocity that the adversary wants to back down. Unfortunately, we don't see that particularly happen, and we see it continue to climb. The ability for Israel to actually go across the border to wipe out some of the infrastructure that Hezbollah has is sort of the same tactic as what they said in Gaza. The issue with this is that you've heard countries like Turkey and so forth saying they will come to Lebanon's aid if that was to occur. So there's a lot of international pressure and political pressure for them to prevent that, but they are pulling up all the forces and bringing in some reserves to prepare for that type of engagement.
And this week has already been the deadliest in Lebanon since the 2006 war. How brutal could a ground war against Hezbollah be?
Much more significant. Right now, there's about 150,000 displaced individuals, both in northern Israel and in southern Lebanon, that have moved out of this area. And what would happen is that you would see basically an uncontrollable barrage of rockets and other attacks from Hezbollah, from Lebanon into Israel. One of the things we haven't seen is actually Israel has been very successful in defeating a lot of these missiles and attacks. And unfortunately, I believe that more Israelis would be injured and or killed in some kind of event like this. So it would be incredibly damaging. And again, just to see that 1,600 attack with rockets, from aircraft and so forth, that is a massive undertaking to take, and that has taken a lot of time. So Israel has been preparing for this for some time in the past.
And we do know that Hezbollah admitted to firing that ballistic missile towards Tel Aviv, the militant group's deepest strike yet. Are they actually capable of hitting Israeli civilians?
Unfortunately, yes. Now, like we said, the systems with the Iron Dome and David Sling, which hit this ballistic missile, but Hezbollah has a lot of the Scud missiles. We remember that from the old Iraq War with Saddam Hussein, and it has extensive reach all the way down to the southern part of Israel. So there's about 100,000 plus rockets or more that Hezbollah has, but they can't launch them all at the same time. And the issue is with any kind of technology, some things are going to get through. So if you can overwhelm this with a massive attack like this, yes, Hezbollah does have the ability to actually reach out, touch, and unfortunately damage many Israeli facilities and or kill individuals. It's definitely something not to just assume Israel will be successful in all those engagements.
On top of that, there's so many reports coming out suggesting that Hezbollah is urging Iran to get involved to launch an attack on Israel. From what we're hearing, Iran has been very reluctant to let things get out of control. Do you expect them to get involved ultimately?
Well, they have been involved very well with the proxies, as we've seen with Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthis. We've seen that over time. And in fact, the Houthis launched some missiles not too long ago, a few weeks ago, that actually did strike Israel. So I could see Iran picking up the ferocity with those agents to be able to do that. But Iran did strike as a state nation against Israel some months ago, and all the allies shot down all their threats. So that would be a very dangerous escalation. But you're now looking at a three-stage offense here against Israel from Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis. And if Iran got involved, that'd be even more dangerous direct. But I think the idea would be to overwhelm them with those three factions where Iran can sit back and let those proxies attack Israel as they have in the past.
Glenn, what's Israel's end game here?
Well, I think they really need to settle out what's going on in Gaza, get the hostages back, and that's become quiet. But I think if you look at it overall from the years and years and decades past, is that Hamas and Hezbollah has been a threat to Israel. They want to wipe out Israel. And at this stage, with what everything's going on, I think Israel's taken an action to completely take out any of these threats. Now, the interesting part is Israel's really held to bear here because they've been successful in shooting down all these attacks. But if you think about it, that's 8,000 missiles in this past year alone that Hezbollah has launched against Israel. What would happen if they actually got through? So that's one of the things, the successes actually puts Israel in a bad space. But they have fortunately been able to stop these attacks, and I think they want to stop it overall.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.